Hi folks, and welcome back to another episode of Stationeers. And in the last episode we sorted out our refiller station. I still need to make some canister or a canister for the oxygen fill, although that should now, as long as I pump up the pressure in that tank there, I should be able to fill mine pretty quickly. We've got our oxygen, we've got our nitrogen for our jetpack, and we've got our hydrogen oxygen mix, our fuel for running our welder. We've got quite a few things to do in the base at the moment, so we need to get some steel because I'd like to make a fairly decent furnace setup at the moment, but we can make quite, you'd be surprised on how much we can make with just this setup actually. But we'll see how we go. We need to make some steel. I haven't got the resources for that just yet, so we're going to head out and do that shortly. We also need to hook in our new potato plant power plant. We need to hook that up to the main power grid, because at the moment it's isolated to this battery here. We need to make some bigger batteries, which we need steel for, and we need to be able to moderate the temperature inside the greenhouse. Now at the moment it's 29 degrees, which is actually probably about, well, you want it about 30-35 for growing plants. They like it a little bit warmer, but we don't want to go too much above that. So that's okay for the moment, and we have got the portable air conditioner in there for when we need to. I'd also like to make some fridges to store some of the, I've got space there to put a fridge there to store some of the food that we're not either cooking up in our power plant or eating. And that's pretty much where we want to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sort out some steel. So that means a bit of mining. The other thing I'd really like to do as well, actually, that's another thing, is to make a tool machine, a tool builder, so that we can get an advanced mining drill, because that makes life a lot easier. But basically, I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of mining. We're going to go and find some. Let's see what we've actually got on us. Yeah, not that much. So let's throw that volatile in. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that to carry around, so that can go in there. Lovely. And the rest of it, we need to go and find some. I'd also like to make a bigger mining belt, the advanced mining belt, so that we can carry a bit more. Right, so these can all go in here. I am pretty much watered up, not too bad for food. So we should be good to go. So let's go get some materials for steel, and I will meet you back at the base shortly. Alright, so here we are back at base. Just turn that light on, and we've got everything that we need to make 2 stacks of 200 steel. Which I think that's how I like to kind of try and do it in full stacks of ore, rather than making little piddly splits. So let's have a go. So we need to get this thing fired up. We need some oxide. We want, so our ratio is 2 to 1, so we want 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's melted in my hand. That's silly of me. What an idiot. Let's wait till night time. Sometimes I forget what planet I'm on. It's 12 degrees outside. We'll wait a little bit longer. It's one of the downsides of doing this on somewhere like Mars and doing it by hand. So whilst we wait for night rather, let's go and have a little look in the greenhouse. Although we haven't really got the oh, this is all going wrong. Let's unload and make some space. I had some coal up there, look at that. Let's pop that up there as well. Keep everything, that's about as good as I can do actually. Okay, off for a minute. And let's take care of some other bits and bobs. So let's have a little drink. I realise that it doesn't actually matter too much about having a nice pressurised place to drink on Mars, because again the temperature's pretty mild. The pressure is not, well, it's a bit low, but it's not ridiculous like on some other planets, so we can actually survive quite a lot easier than perhaps we could on somewhere like Europa, where it's very, very cold and you immediately start to damage your lungs. So that's that. We need some food. That one is empty. Let's take that out there actually and pop it over here and open up more. So there we go. Look, we nearly finished all of our starter food. Let's have a little bite to eat.
Critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay.
Low pressure.
Pop that one in there. Don't know, I've got that in my... Okay, what's the temperature? It's rapidly falling. So we should be alright. So we're about 2 degrees. Let's go and have a little look. Turn the light back on. So we need 6 oxides. 1. Nope, still not having it. Still too warm. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So oxygen freezes at same as water. Let's not worry too much about that. Okay, so that's got some oxide in there. We need to melt that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that opens that back up. We need 12 of these. So split half, split 1, and there's 12 of those. And that, there we go, fires up our furnace. So we've got 10 megapascals and 2000 Kelvin. Should be good for making steel, so let's have a go. That now, wait for it to melt. That in there. So there's quite a bit of waiting for things to melt when we're doing it in this basic. We could load everything up with chutes, I suppose, so where it stores everything and then it will automatically pull it through. But that's fine, we're not going to have to make heaps and heaps of stuff here. Okay. Okay, 200 ingots, 200 grams of steel. Let's do that again. And this should keep us going for a little while, really. It's pretty easy. Oh, I'm losing all my ice in my hand because I'm standing near the... I'm an idiot. I'm standing near the hot furnace. That's got iron in it. That's another one. And another one.
Filter low.
And another one. Filters. Oh yeah, we'll just sort that out momentarily. There we go, so I've got some steel, lovely. Now I did also, when I was out mining, I've got another stack of iron, which I've left in here stupidly. Let's go get that. Don't have much else at the moment, so I'm not going to worry too much. Let's take that and throw that in there, so that we've got some iron, so we run out of iron, making all the pipes for this. Put that in there, just leave that open and it will pop out the other end when it's done. There we go. Let's close that next time. So, we've got some steel. It was as easy as that. These things are pretty straightforward, really. It's only when you need to start making some slightly more complex things, which is what I would like to do next. So let's have a little look before we go and sort out our suit. Let's have a little look about what we want to make. So I would like to make a... Where is it? Advanced... There we go. A mining drill heavy. I don't want the Mark II because that's not actually any better. It's just better at dealing with high temperatures, which we don't have to worry about here. So mine drill heavy. We need a tier 2 tool machine. We need steel, and we need electrum and invar. Okay, so let's have a look at the tool upgrade. Tool printer mod. Here we go. So we will need electrum and constantan. Okay, let's go home. Electrum, I think, with our setup is reasonably straightforward. We can do that. Obviously, we need some gold and silver, which I don't currently have. In a basic furnace, I think the numbers are all the same, to be honest. Yeah, they are. 800 to 200. Okay, so we're obviously way too high on the pressure, but that's easily fixed. Let's put that up there so we can still interact with everything else. And we need 600k to 10, so 600. So we're in that range. So we could actually make some now if we just let out some of the pressure. What about the constant? It is 20 megapascals. This is a higher one. We're not quite there yet, but we could boost that up with a bit of oxygen in there. And obviously copper and nickel, which I don't have enough of again. So we will come back to that later, but that's what we're aiming for. So we need copper and nickel, and we need silver and gold, so that we can make our tool machine upgrades. So we will come back to that a little bit later. But first, we've got some other things to deal with. This, I'm not going to leave, I'm just going to vent the whole thing out. So we do that, and we stand back. There we go. Whoosh. So we don't need to make anything else just at the moment. There we go, there's the heat and the gases all just flowing. But eventually I want to collect all of that and use it, so I'm going to try having a go at building a nicer furnace, but we'll do that in another episode a little bit later. So, what's next? Let's make some filters, because we are very low on filters. That should be, are they 5? I think they're 5, aren't they? Let's just check. Filter, carbon dioxide, yeah, 5. So we've got some iron there. Now I know lots of people like to throw these things in the furnaces, but I'm not a fan of that because I like to recycle them in the recycler. So we'll have to build another recycler to do that. I'm not sure it's worth it if you're building. We have got a recycler. I'm not sure it's worth the cost of the recycler, but I'm leaving that there. That's how I'm rolling. Okay, let's try and get this charged up whilst we're dallying around the base. And let's go check on. Let's put these in here first. I'll chuck it in. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do now. Let's put them up here for the minute. So put our steel up there, so we've got some inventory space. Close that. Don't need that anymore. Close that. Don't need that anymore. That's all looking pretty good. So we don't need to worry too much about anything else. So let's go have a look in our greenhouse and see how things are going. So temperature is still creeping up. It's something that we will have to address eventually. I'd also like to see how well my atmosphere has gone, how much oxygen we've managed to acquire. Whoops. Oh, I'm suddenly wondering why it's not working, because we haven't actually got a automatic thing set up. There we go. Still manual. Got 9 hours, 9 hours, 9 hours. I'm almost certain that these are, yeah, push. Never mind, there'll be no chickens, not for a long while anyway. But all of this is harvestable, and you can see it's slowly ticking down. So things do slowly rot, but it's quite slow. Then look up our atmosphere, how we doing? 20 mole of oxygen, that's not too bad. 85% CO2, that'll keep them going for a very long time. Bit of N2, I'm wondering if that's from stuff that rotted maybe, I don't know. Well, I don't know, perhaps some of these plants give that out as well. Oh no, I bet it was because I had to fly my... Did I have to fly my jetpack in here briefly? It could be that. Anyway, that's fine, and that CO2 will last us quite some time, 145 mole. Eventually we want to pump out the O2 into our living quarters, but not just yet. So let's harvest all these things and replant. So you have 2 pumpkins. They're all good, aren't they? Replant that. That. Soy, we want that, that's good. And we'll plant those back. Still haven't put, oh, I should have put the pipes in. I've made some pipes, I think. Tomatoes, lovely. Make some tomato soup with that. Now they changed the fridges recently, they tweaked them. Started this, so fridges existed, but they have tweaked them ever so slightly recently to work a bit better, so they're actually a bit more usable than they were. So we're going to put that there. I don't really need much of this. My main crop is going to be potatoes, because That's going to keep us powered. Ooh, do I do that? Do I just... Oh no. Oh dear. That didn't go very well. Okay, that's that one. So that's back in there. Good. Let's do it's an annoying bug, that is. Lost a potato. Okay. So we're going to go with 8 potatoes. And that gives us 3 that we can pop into the power plant. That's that. So that is the fern. Then we're going to pop a new corn in that one. We're going to pop a tomato in that one, just so that we've always got something in the ground growing, so we don't lose our seeds to some horrendous disaster. And I've forgotten already what I've planted. So we've got soybean, corn, tomato, pumpkins back in over here. That's good, so we can ignore those for a minute. Fern is in there, potatoes are in there, so we just need to plant these ones now. And this is all our spare food, so we are food positive, which is really good. So wheat and rice. Let's put a few extra of these in because we've got the space. So that's soybean. Plant the rice. Plant the rice. It's got soybean in it. That's got sawdust. Oh dear. Silly fool. Okay. Not to worry. Yeah, we can go and get some pipes and pipe those in shortly. So let's put that back. That is, so we've got wheat that we need to grow, isn't it? Let's eat this one. Yay.
Oxygen critical.
Okay. There's one tray there, so it's wheat. We haven't planted any wheat yet. I do need wheat because I want to make muffins at some point in the future. But that's all good. Just need to get those going. Cool. Alright. One last check of the atmosphere. It's a temperature I want to check. So 31 degrees. That's about where we want it. So I'll leave it for the moment, then we'll come back in probably tomorrow and run this for a little bit. Just to cool it down. To keep that around 30. Okay. Oh no. Oh, that's not good, is it? That's a disaster. Oh. Right, what are our options here? There aren't any because we can't actually... Oh dear. Okay. How annoying is that? Can't put the... we lose some of our air. Oh, listen to it rush out. Right, I think that needs to be our next priority then, if we're going to be silly about these things. Okay, so wire that back in. That back in. Now, yes, our battery ran out over here. Oh dear. That's good. Let's put our suit battery back. Good. There's a big battery going. Okay, we'll turn that off. Right, so power. Let's put some potatoes. Let's put these potatoes in here. Let's see. No, that's not going to work until I put a battery in there. This is not. This is yeah, it's amateur hour. This is, isn't it? All up in here. Turn that on. Plug that in there. And then how does this all turn on? I've forgotten. Oh, see, that doesn't either because that's powered from over here. Yeah, this is a mess. Right, let's fix it. So, oh dear. Right, let's a little bit of a tidy. Let's keep these things a little bit cooler out here. Okay, that's all good. So what are we going to need? We are going to need our heavy cables, of which we have 3, and our regular cables, of which we have too, so that's not going to be enough. Let's make some heavy cables. Copper, and we need gold from somewhere. Is that all? Nope, we've got some here. Good, good. That's it. That can go there. That can stay there. Okay, heavy cables. Okay, let's pick up. Oh dear. We're doing after doing. Alright, let's tidy this all up. So we do need to power those, but perhaps not from directly from there, but we'll make that look a little bit neater a bit later. Nothing drastic about that. Okay, that's tidy. And then we want to bring power over to here. Power over to here, so let's take this out of here. Okay, because that's going to come from, I don't know, I'm probably going to put all of this back exactly where I've taken it away from. So we want in there, that's where we want to get power. Let's do that. Here, like that, then like that. Oops. Right. See, this is where I start to sort of rush and panic and not think about it, so let's just take our time. So we need to power this system here from the battery. Lovely. Lots of these, but we don't need that many, so that'll do for us. Let's just stop on a whole number. There we go. Okay, that should be enough of those. And this needs to come out of here. This is going to be our main power trunk. We're going to add the batteries to it as we grow our base. In fact, as soon as this battery over here is depleted, I'm going to take it apart and put it into this array here. There we go. There we go. So that's come to life. Stuff goes in there. That fires it up. Goes in there. And our battery goes up. Hooray! Where should it go up? Let's see. That was 3 potatoes. What's it going to give us? Not quite. Oh, there we go. Yay! So that was 3 potatoes. That goes for what, about? Probably about a third. Who knows? I'm making numbers up. We could measure it, of course, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Okay. Still going though. Is it still going? Yeah, it's still going. That's good. Okay. It's all just running now. Not sure how I feel about that. So what we should probably do is put in a transformer to switch it on and off as needed. And we need to power that from the same system as well, so that it's all part of the same. Okay. Let's build a transformer. We need iron for, which is not in this machine. Transformer, 10 iron. Let's take it out of this machine. That's annoying. Have to get that sorted shortly as well. There we go. So just for now, we're going to put that transformer here. Just here. Like that. Going to give it full amount. Let's give it, I think we'll give it about 4.5, and then we do need to test to make sure that, because I know that the this thing, when it takes in the goop, it uses a lot of power, and I don't know if that's enough, but we should find out. So yes, so that's 4.5, and that just turns that on and off as we need it, so it's not running this battery down unnecessarily. Now we need to hook this system into this system, to the main power system. That comes in on this side. It hasn't been hooked up yet. So let's do that. We might actually end up with some more of these, but that's okay. Oops. So we shall come down, down, down. I think we'll see. Go along underneath. Yeah, just don't know if we can actually get to it. Oh, nearly had it. There we go. There. We might as well actually make that one of those.
Hydration critical.
Okay, we do some more of those. Heavy cables. Let's go get a drink.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Low pressure.
See, Mars, our lungs don't fall out immediately upon doing that, so you don't have to panic quite as much about making a nice drinking space. Now this is going to deal with the power for this and keep that all separate, so we want to hook in just before this one. I probably should have taken it along here and down there, but yeah, I don't know. We can't put stuff on there. Yeah, it's just silly. So, come around. Just need, I think, 2 more. Let's see what we're on. Yeah, that's fine. And there we go. So that should now charge up. Yep, that went green. This now needs to be hooked back together because I got that a bit wrong. That's okay. Oops. Now our greenhouse system is fully powered. We will leave a battery there for emergency access, but it should really be a bigger one. Let's close that up. We don't need this in here anymore, so we can take that away. Nippers. Go. Now eventually we can automate this turning on and off when it detects something in there and all of that kind of nonsense. But we're not there yet. We don't need that. And we now have, so this is our main power. Now I'm not going to hook it into this side of the base yet. I'm going to wait until this has run out, simply because it's power that we've generated at some point in the past. I don't want to waste it. I don't want to lose it to for no reason. We don't need to look into there, but because I do want to move that, I won't lose any power. I suppose I should probably take that down because it is actually feeding it. This is currently disconnected, so I could probably put this onto a different system off this main system now, couldn't I? For that I would need another one of those. So let's do that. We want a transformer. Nearly used up all our iron already. This, I like things being on the walls more than I like them being on the floor. Okay, so that can go there quite happily. So that will take power from the main system. It's going down, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. I don't know if I can put, yeah, again, I can't put things along. These glass doors are awkward. So we'll do it here. Need more. I could probably get away. In fact, I can get away with taking it off of there, because I think you can. Let me just check that. I'm sure I did it once, but I'm not sure it wasn't a fluke. Yeah, I think it was a fluke. I think you can do it when you've got one of those boxes. Let's have a... No, it's fine. Yeah, so you can do that, look. I don't know if it actually connects. I don't know. Let's just make some proper heavy. Even though it doesn't really need to be. What we're doing, yes, we're making some heavy cable. The thing is, you never know what you're going to try and splice into wires in the future. That going there. Out across. That's a trip hazard in front of the door. So that's going to go away. That's going to go away. That's going to go away. This is going to come. I'm so good at this game. Let's at least change directions in a sensible place. There we go. So that's that, and then we need to hook this side in, down. What's that? Yeah, so that's where it's going to attach. Oh dear. Hang on, we want the junction. Let's go the right way. There we go. That's the right way around. And then up here. Here. We don't need to give that a huge amount, so we'll give that about, let's give it 1,000 watts. Although, yeah, I don't know what filters use actually, we'll find that out. It's not actually lit up, possibly because nothing's consuming it. Yes, that's why. Okay, so if I were to put some ice in there, see, I forgot for a minute there, but then I realised blue ice into blue machine, that's all good. So that goes in there. If we then run around here and turn that on while that's still going, is it enough to power everything? I think just about. I think that'll do us. So that is pulling in all of the stuff from the ice there. I think possibly I put some more ice in there at some point and didn't filter it through. And it's filling up our tanks here. Lovely. Yeah, we don't actually have proper tanks to store it all, but 7 megapascals is plenty. These should take up to about 50, I think, 50 or 60. So yeah, that should be, there we go. Yeah, that's sucking it all out now. Turn that off. Bad. So that's us. I think that'll do us. That's another successful bit of hacking. We've got our main base power distribution set up. Our greenhouse is now properly powered so that we won't get trapped inside it again. Oh dear. Plants are growing very nicely. We've harvested lots of lovely food. We do need to make a fridge. Let's have a look and see what I believe. So fridges are made here. And I think that the big one, oh no, big fridge. I thought it was needed a tier 2. Just needs iron. Oh, look at, can you believe that? You're 1 iron short. That is, oh, how annoying is that? So that'll be for next time, I think. We will make some iron, get some more iron. We need copper, and we've run out of copper as well. But we do have our steel, so let's grab that, which is up here. Shove it in there, because we're going to be using that for quite a lot of things in the coming episodes. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.